My work coach told me about trying out the recent Kickstart scheme. And I was sceptical at first because I'd recently just come off the Prince's Trust scheme, and that didn't really do it for me. So I was like, I don't really want to get into something new. And they were like, trust me, just give it a go. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll do it. But they gave us a list of what was going on. And that's where I found like Orwell. And I asked them about Orwell, and they said, yeah, Orwell is a fantastic company. It's full of such friendly people. My work coach said that if she wasn't working for the job centre, she would go work for Orwell. So I was like, yeah, all right, yeah, I'll do that.
I thought we were just so busy, and I thought we're going to really struggle to accommodate somebody coming into the business. It was explained that they had no previous work experience, and the idea was a kickstart and get them some work experience. I saw something in that CV that I thought actually we could use. So one of the things he put on his CV was his strong IT. And that was what we were probably lacking in the team, and we'd got a new Connect system. So in my mind, I thought that's what I can use Kalum for. So got him in for an interview. It was just an informal chat. I just wanted to kind of understand a bit more about who Kalum was and could he bring anything to the team.
I got an interview quite quickly, and I went in and I met Heather and Charlie. We had an interview, or it was more of a chat, to be honest. Went over what I could do, went over my CV.
I could see he was really nervous, and he had very, very little work experience, and certainly not the kind of work we did. So I knew we were starting from a blank canvas. But what I absolutely loved about Kalum was his self-awareness and his openness. So he was completely open about his insecurities and his low confidence. And I kind of liked that, because actually, to be able to show that vulnerability, for me, shows a lot of confidence in itself.
And then after that, I went home, and about 10 minutes later, I got a call from Heather saying, do you still want to do it? And I was like, yeah, I do. So yeah, that was a good feeling.
He came into the organisation, and straight away we kind of threw him into, this is Connect, this is our new repairs system. And almost immediately, he just grabbed it. He kind of, as he put in his CV and as he'd said in an interview, his IT knowledge was really, really good. So almost immediately, we started to use his skills. And I think each of the members of the team, day by day, because they saw Kalum was so helpful and understood, we grew in confidence with him, and therefore involved him more and more into day-to-day. And he was he very, very quickly proved himself to be a valuable member of the team.
It's more just a motivation to do something. I wanted a job. I wanted to do sort of something that I felt comfortable in as well. And I mean, being in Orwell, I felt the most comfortable that I've ever felt in a job. And I've had a few, like, I wouldn't even call them jobs. They were all just different schemes that I got put onto, and they never felt quite right.
And I'll tell you what I loved as well. He would always phone me up or other members of the team saying, can I help? What do you want me to do? And I must admit, I was really, really pleasantly surprised, because I expected this Kickstarter won't turn up half the time, they'll be half-hearted. But I thought, well, that's the way, let's go with it. But absolutely every single day, Kalum turned up on time, did a full day, and as I said, was pushing all the time, how can I help, how can I help, what do you want me to do next? And that kind of fed that confidence.
Being able to ask for help and feel comfortable to ask for help really is something that helped me out a lot, being able to ask anyone for assistance. in some other positions I've found it quite difficult to talk to people who are sort of above me, but it doesn't feel like anyone's above anyone in here. It feels like we're all sort of like on the same level, and I like that a lot. And that helped with confidence a lot, because it felt like I could talk to anyone quite comfortably and just, you know, feel really at home here, really.
It is purely to give somebody work experience and give them a platform to then be able to apply for other jobs. So initially, I had no expectations that Kalum would stay in the team. It was just give you some experience and then away you go. But as Kalum, and I think it was for about 6 months was the scheme. And I fully expected that in the December, Kalum would be gone. But Kalum was kind of speaking to me and members of the team and kind of saying, oh, I really love Orwell, I'd really love to stay. And members of the team were saying, oh, we'd really love Kalum to stay. But at that time, we'd got no vacancies. So the Kickstart came to its natural end. And because Kalum proved to be so valuable, I wanted to keep him, but I had no vacancies. So what we did, we offered Kalum a chance to go on our relief register.
Heather's always been there for me. She's always, whenever I've needed help, she's always there. Whenever I need to ask a question, she can answer it, and she always answers it in the most clear and like honest way that she can. It's so nice to have a boss that is actually cares. I haven't had that before, so it was really nice surprise when I had that.
He carried on again. He was on our relief register. He worked every single day. He worked really hard. He put his complete all into it, and I watched him grow and grow and grow. And then I did have a permanent position. I interviewed him, and it was a very different Kalum I interviewed. He was confident, he was able to speak about the role, and he was offered the job. And it was absolutely amazing to see the Kalum I had interviewed in the past, this clammy, cold, sweating, to this person that was sat in front of me, speaking really confidently about what they could bring to that role. And I was more than happy to offer him that role.
It's a good start. It's what it is. It's a kickstart. It's very good at getting someone who's not been in work before or is struggling to get into work, and it really does help. I know what it's like to be out of work for a long time and to sort of fall into that rut. And I have felt like that before, but I think if you do put in the effort and you do work hard, I think you do get what you get. You get what you work for, because people can do anything. Anyone can do anything they want. They just need to have that motivation and effort.
I hope Kalum stays within Orwell, and I hope he grows and grows and pushes himself, and continues to every day believe in himself and believe in his ability, and just keep growing and growing and growing.
To be honest, I'm not too sure. I haven't given it much thought. I sort of live in the present, so it's very hard to think about what the future will bring. But I hope that it's good. I hope that it's good within Orwell. I hope that I can, rise up. And yeah, I hope that I just have a good future within Orwell. Getting into this and learning, becoming more confident. Honestly, everything that you've done has been amazing. And like I've said before, back in December, I still, to this day, think you are the best boss I've ever had and that I ever will have. So yeah, and I genuinely do believe that.